Okay, so I did my article on increasing classroom use of academic vocabulary. It's based in, there's two teachers. One of them's in a rural area, another one's in an urban area, but they're both in schools that has low poverty children. And so this is just some things that they use to help them increase their vocabulary by engaging the students and helping them be kind of active with their vocabulary instruction. They're 7th grade social study teachers, and at the beginning of the article, this teacher is at the beginning of the class and she writes down a prefix, and she's going to write down the prefix RE. And then this is kind of like a 10-minute brainstorm for the children. And so what she wants the children to do is say all the words that they can think of that start with re. So y'all can do it. Just say a few words that start with re.
Replay.
Re what?
Replay.
Replay? Okay. What's next?
Rewind.
Rewind? Okay, what's another one? Revise. Okay, and so this just helps the students think about what they think re means. So what does re mean by using these words? What do y'all think re means?
To do something again?
Yes, to do over again. They're in a social studies classroom, so this is going to be based on, they're doing America's Reconstruction. So she's just giving them a little warm-up to realize that re means to do over again. And so further on in their lesson, they're going to be like, oh, reconstruction. Construction, to construct something means to build. So if you redo it, you're going to rebuild America again. That was their lesson. The importance of vocabulary she talked about, it helps young learners develop academic language, which is pretty much language that is in like our academic books, and it helps them to read academic texts as well. Closing these vocabulary gaps will help achieve higher reading levels. So what they want to do is close the gaps and help the children increase their vocabulary level, which helps them comprehend what they read in their textbooks more. The word knowledge is built as students encounter words across various texts and concepts. Vocabulary is important because we as teachers have to engage our students in academic vocabulary. So another thing that she did, she has a 560 word list. So she has this list that she gave to each of her students, and it had 560 words on it. And this is to help them be able to, once they read the text, if they don't know a word, they can go back to this word list and help know and define, and they can take it home, study it. One of the words on the word list was proceed. And what are two things that proceed mean that are differently? You can proceed with something, and you can also have proceeds that are okay, so that list just helps with words like that. So they read about the proceeds that they get money, they receive money in social studies, so that was that. And then I think another one, like in science, they have, science has procedures, and in math you go through processes to do things. So that was what the 560 word list does. And then more things that they had in the article to help actively engage. One of the things was the word wall. Some word walls are presented alphabetically. Others are presented by the beginning of the letters. The one in the article, they had word walls, and her word wall was separated into the tiers that we learned about. And so she had tier 1, which was the basic everyday words that they use. And then in one column was Tier 2, which are similar to academic words, which was a higher level to everyday use of vocabulary. And then the third column was Tier 3, words equal to content-specific words. And that helps to deepen the thought of the vocabulary. Okay, and another one that she used in her class was word sorts, like what we did the other day. This engages the students in finding similarities and differences in word structure and meaning. And then she also, towards the end of the day, she also made the students have vocabulary journals, which is pretty easy. You just let them have a journal just for vocabulary, and it's used to introduce, define, discuss, and apply. It uses that process. And then that way the students can revisit the journal if they have any questions on words and stuff. This vocabulary journal you have the word at the top, and then I guess the date that you do the word, and then they write the definition, and then they use it in a sentence, and then they find synonyms and antonyms of that word. And that grows as students' word knowledge grows. And then she also uses morphology, which is the study of word structure, the roots, like what she did in the 10-minute brainstorm, bases and affixes. And then she also did matching activities where she would match the words and the definitions. Active academic vocabulary practice helps middle-level students actively engage with and use the challenging academic language of the content areas. What she pretty much wanted to do with this article is tell us that vocabulary is not just reading and defining. You can actually actively engage the students and help them physically, hands-on, learn their vocabulary. So.